Indianapolis Colts. Super Bowl pretender or contender?
Absolute contender. Listen, this team is top 5 in passing, top 6 in rushing, leading the league in scoring. They got a top 3 scoring defense. All of this, they got an offensive line that's mauling people. Jonathan Taylor's putting the ball, making it happen. Warren has been an insanely good addition to this offense. You got Pierce, Pittman, Downs. These guys are all, if the ball's being spread around. Steichen's done a great job. This is a very good football team. They're absolute contenders.
And you didn't even mention the most special weapon, I think, is Tyler Warren, the guy catching the ball right there. They put him at quarterback. They put him at fullback.
Everywhere.
They put him at tight end. They'll split him out. He's an incredible weapon. And the defense, I think, is getting better. With the new coordinator, I think they'll get better as the season goes on. I think Jeff is absolutely right. These guys are real Super Bowl contenders.
That would be a story. Kmart, Baker, and the Bucks, pretender or contender?
You already know. They're a contender. In a season of injuries, the Bucks continue to be down, guys. And what does Baker do? He continues to find ways to win. Yeah. Kembo sent me these stats. He's first in the league in 40-yard passing touchdowns, first in 30-yard passing touchdowns, and first in 20-yard passing touchdowns. Dang. He did it without Emeka Egbuka. He left in that game. No Mike Evans. So many guys are injured, and he just finds ways to win.
No Chris Godwin, no Bucky Irving. Peter, when/are they getting all these people back?
Look, Bucky's not going to play in the Monday night game against the Lions. We know you're not going to get, obviously, Chris Godwin, but the thought is maybe Mike Evans comes back, but Egbuka likely will not play, and then you have the bye week, and you get these guys back. Truth of the matter is, Cade Otton and Tez Johnson and Cameron Johnson, it doesn't matter to them. Next man up, it's been their story all season.
Now, they win all these close games, and then Baker had his masterpiece on Sunday. Finally, Neek, Pittsburgh Steelers, pretenders or contenders?
I mean, I think they're pretenders. I got to be the only one being negative up here. I think they'll probably win the division, but the question is Super Bowl contenders. I have a hard time seeing them with the way that their defense is playing. It's okay, but it's not the dominant defense that we've grown accustomed to. The theory for the Steelers for the last several years is if they could just get an offense to pair with this great defense, they'd be fine. The defense is no longer great, and the offense doesn't really seem like it's consistently rolling. We'll see what happens when they match up against some higher caliber teams.
Or we'll see if the offense gets better and better, as their quarterback suggests it might. He's 41 years old, but Aaron Rodgers says he is finally now starting to feel like his old self.
I think I'm kind of going like this body-wise. You know, I'm just getting healthier. I had a great break on the bye week. I'm feeling like, first couple weeks, I was a little tighter, I felt like, and I'm starting to loosen up and feel a little bit more like myself.
Look, we had a good discussion on Sunday Countdown about whether this group around Rodgers is comparable to the group that Brady had when he went to Tampa. And the answer was generally no. Brady had better players. He had a better defense, as good as we think this defense should be, and he had all the rest of that. The point, I guess, is if Rodgers, who has been something of a facsimile of himself, does really start to feel better, does start to get hot, does start to play a little bit more like an MVP than what we've seen the last couple of years. Does that change anyone's mind about the Steelers being ready to make a deep run?
It does not for me. I don't see them being able to sustain this offensively because they don't run the ball well. And as teams start to score, right, they play the Browns, who has a great defense, but they're not scoring any points. So you can stay conservative. You can stay kind of in your game plan. And you still saw Aaron having to move out of the pocket and make throws on the run. At some point, the pressure is going to catch up to them. I think they have to be better. They have to establish the run in a much better way, and they're going to have to make sure DK Metcalf, but it's going to be led by the defense. If their defense doesn't play lights out, this team is not going anywhere in the playoffs.
Kmart, you had their game this past weekend. What did you hear from them? What did you observe?
I love this defense, but being in that locker room, standing in front of Jalen Ramsey, he's talking about, he had 2 sacks in that game, by the way, but he's talking about, I'm on this defense, you turn around and you see just the versatility. I'm playing with T.J. Watt. I'm playing with Highsmith. I'm dealing with Nate Herbig. Like, all of these guys together, they are tough, but it's almost like the Browns. When we talk about the Browns, like, they have a great defense, and yet the offense is kind of dragging them down. That game, that score at halftime was 9-3. So when I look at this offense, it's a lot of get the ball out quick. Aaron's got to get it out quick, kind of dink and dunk a little bit, and then he makes this tremendous touchdown throw in the back of the end zone. I think that is hard. It's hard to sustain. especially when you got to go against good teams with really good offenses.
I think it's early in the season, so there's hope that the offense gets better. You could still say Aaron Rodgers is just starting to feel completely better about his Achilles. The offense is growing around him, so they could get better. And the talent on defense certainly suggests that they could be dominant, but you actually need these things to happen. If you check in on them in 4 weeks and they start playing that way, it's a different story, but we haven't seen it yet. We've seen a defense with more names, but they've actually taken a step back as far as production is concerned. And you've seen Aaron Rodgers and his offense not really take control of very many games.
Peter,
so we'll
put a ribbon on it.
I think there was a hesitancy to jump in on the Steelers because of that mix of familiar old school names, the Jalen Ramseys, the Aaron Rodgers, and of course the DK Metcalfs. All these names are like, well, are they on the back nine? Truth of the matter is their young guys have been playing better than expected too. So there's this great mesh. I was a little hesitant saying, yes, Steelers, they've got it because it's a long season. But they have a young core that's helping out as well. They are pretty well balanced.
And the stat that was on the screen a moment ago was a good one. They have as many wins as the entire rest of their division does combined. So, you know, you can't win the Super Bowl in the first 2 months, but you can lose it. Absolutely. The other teams may have lost it. So the Steelers might have themselves a better season than we thought. Coming up, I'm going to ask this group a question about the Cowboys that is going to make them lose their minds. And that is because, like most geniuses, I will not.
Hollywood hitmaker. Jeff Saturday, we just added that one. He's got 3 things to watch for this week. So, Jeff, here you are. The red carpet is yours. What are your titles for this week?
Oh, listen, let's start out in London, where we got a little early Sunday game, and we got London Bridge, Jags and Rams. And how about this? The Jags, they end up beating Kansas City, big game, and they end up losing the Seahawks last week. Are they contenders or pretenders? We're going to figure this thing out against a very good Rams team. They've gone through this like NFC gauntlet, the Jags have. So can they go over to London, which it might as well be a home game for these guys, and find a way to win? They have to figure out how to put consistent winning together in Jacksonville. This is a big game and a good way to start it if they can find a way to beat the Rams. Now we're going to the Colt Bolt Showdown. Best team in football, Indianapolis Colts. That's right, you heard it. But you got to show what you're about. Can they get after Justin Herbert? Can they turn the ball over? This is the hottest offense in football, led by Daniel Jones. They're top 5 in passing. They're top 6 in running the game. They got a great offensive line. They got receivers who can make plays all over the field. Jonathan Taylor is leading the league rushing, playing our top 5 in rushing. These guys are playing fantastic football. Look for a big one. And finishing up, the Motor City Marauders. Oh, you got to like this. Now, both teams could have mash units right now. On the defensive side for Detroit, offensive side for Tampa Bay. But somehow, Tampa Bay continues to find ways to win. Baker Mayfield, my lead candidate for MVP right now, going up against this Detroit defense. Can the offense from Detroit put up enough points and make Tampa Bay chase? These are 2 NFC powerhouses. We will see them late January, potentially in February. I'm excited about this matchup.
Hey, Amina, we got Jeff passionately pitching more blockbusters. That must mean Dominique Foxworth is nearby with itchy thumbs. Neek's critiques are coming your way right now. All right, Neek, Monday's premiere, I should say, of Motor City Marauders. Does that get 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down?
Oh, absolutely 2 thumbs up. That's going to be an incredible clash, potentially the NFC Championship game at some point, especially if either side can get healthy in the right spots. I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with Aiden Hutchinson. Tristan Wirfs is back, but not all the way 100% yet. But Aiden Hutchinson is the key piece to that Lions defense. And if they're going to be able to block him and keep him off of Baker Mayfield, I think that the receivers, the backup receivers for the Bucs will do just fine against the backup cornerbacks for the Lions, because Jeff said it. It's a mass unit on both sides for both teams. We're going to find out which team is left standing, but it's going to be a hell of a matchup, especially watching Baker inevitably come back from behind, because that's what he does every week.
Listen, I can't tell you how much I love to hear you talk O-line, D-line. I mean, it starts my morning out right. It starts America's morning out right. Dominique understands where football games are won and lost. In the trenches, talking big boy ball. Let's go, my man, Neek.
What is that face, Neek?
Oh, no. That's the run the ball face. You got to win. Whenever there's any problem in the world, you solve it by Run
like
the ball.
something else
That's right.
Saturday was doing there. By the way, may I
might
offer,
need to do that too.
May I offer the critique of 2 thumbs up on your jacket?
I'm about to say the jacket is a 10 out of 10.
Is nice. Those 2 on Get Up following us. The next SportsCenter, 2 p.m. Eastern, hear from Patrick Mahomes on getting Rashee Rice back from suspension. We also will be live in Philly as the Eagles look to get their offense back on track. SportsCenter with Christine Williamson today at 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.